What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter. Welcome to the Truth Hurt Show. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We're going to talk about things outside the drill culture, things in the drill culture, and just being a human in real life. I ain't got a lot of time, so let's jump right into it. A lot of people have been talking about NBA player Ja Morant. You know, I ain't get a chance to speak on Ja Morant. I wanted to let that settle in. But see, you got to understand, that's a young man, you know. Don't get me wrong. I think what he did is a little crazy. The man got a chance to make $1 billion in his career. To want to turn that shit down and throw it in the garbage to act like NBA young boy is kind of weird as hell to me. I get it. But that's what happened when you ain't got the wrong type of people around you. It seemed like he got rich and got picked and drafted and brought the same people that was with him to this new level in his life. So it's kind of hard to change when you got the same people around you. Not so much mom and dad, but dad seems like he got to be a little more daddy-ish with Ja Morant instead of being more homeboyish. I get it, but Ja Morant's a grown man, so I don't put none of that on dad Morant, you know. I think Ja got to get better than that, you know. People are dying every day, grinding hard as hell, spending all their money, investing in their careers to get to the level where you at. Why in the fuck you still acting like you from the hood? I find that very crazy. But what I don't get is, you know, the man showed a gun and then he put it down. You know, last time I checked, I don't know what his club was at. I'm not sure. But I know in Memphis, they don't really got gun laws. You don't even really need like a gun license. Shit, you can just walk in Walmart and buy a gun. You know, they might run a background check on you or something like that. But it's that simple and shit. So I don't know if this happened in Memphis or wherever the fuck it happened at. But it just seemed like, you know, the NBA is very stern right now on Ja because he's kind of showing a lot of his blackness, you know, if that's what they saying. I do think, you know, the narrative on Ja is a little strong now. You know, he's the gang banger. He's not. It's just, it's a swag. It's the vibe. It's a young man. He ain't hit the level where he want to turn into business yet. So let's just say he got a lot of growing to do. All this trying to end his career, cancel him, knock his Nike deals and all kind of shit like that. That's weird as hell to me. But it seemed like Nike gonna support him. But I seen the post going around viral that did kind of seem strong. Nike ran the fuck away. Look, when Nike seen Kyrie Irving post that video about all that crazy wild shit, did what Nike did. Nike ran the fuck away. They didn't want to support that. He's speaking about blacks. He's speaking about, you know, religion and shit. Nike didn't want to support that. Ja Morant, he flashing a gun, acting like a tough guy, acting like a gang member. Nike support that. They gonna stand with him. So don't let a lot of that shit go over your head. I ain't here to knock Ja Morant, though. I think he a young man, made a lot of young decisions that was bad. But what crimes was broken? Let's just be honest. What fucking crimes was broken? Let's just be honest with ourselves. Now, I hear a lot of lawsuits on him and shit like that, cool. But with this video of showing a gun, what crime did he break besides, you know, probably being still young-minded, representing $1 billion franchise like a gang member, you know? Don't throw your career away, you know? In the next 10, 15 years, you got a chance to make $1 billion. Trust me, that's way more important than the girls thinking you a gangster. Be smart, John. You got to be smarter than that. Depend on yourself. That go for any motherfucker out here on the street. You got to depend on yourself, man. I tell people this shit all the time. You know what? I'm cool, man. My mama got me. No, she don't. You got to depend on yourself. Don't let no motherfucker tell you they got you. Don't let your mama tell you they got you. Don't let your daddy tell you they got you. Don't let your bitch tell you they got you. Don't let your nigga tell you they got you. Don't nobody got you. You got to have your own self in this world right now. You got to be prepared for any moment for anybody to switch up. And I'm not being negative. I know your mom's and your dad there. You know, I understand that. But I'm just saying, you got to have your own self in this world. You can't be dependent on nobody. It's hard for your mom. It's hard for your dad. You know, they working right now. They done worked their whole life. They ain't got time to be giving you all their money and shit. You be smart. Now, you're a grown-ass person. It's time for you to take up for your family and shit like that. Understand that shit, man. And I see a lot of people always say, man, fuck all that love shit. Look, I'm not a person that hate on love. I do think it's real love out here. And I think when you find real love, you got to stick with it. And when you got a little bit of love, you got to stick with it. Ain't nothing out here but a bunch of lying, shiesty, scamming, finessing, all kind of shit out here. Ain't really nothing out here, man. The grass ain't always greener. Sometimes you got to get the lawnmower and cut your own grass, you know. Stick with what you got, because you ain't really missing nothing out here, you know. It's all fun and games being pimp daddy and being pimp mama and shit like that. That's cool. But when you get, you know, laying in your deathbed and shit like that, you know, you want somebody to bring you some soup and, You know, rub your back and be there for you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. Be smart. But at the same token, be wary of that shit. Because motherfuckers out here lying. Motherfuckers out here playing. Don't get your feelings hurt. You feel me? I tell motherfuckers that they got their phone. I don't know if you know this, but they got their phone. You calling all the time, you texting all the time. They not answering. They taking hours and texting you back the next day. Don't let no motherfucker play with you like that. Go find somebody else to play with. I tell people that shit. I'm not scared of love. You know, I'm not scared of love. I'm just scared to love somebody who pretending like they love me. You know, let's be real. Let's cut the games out, okay? Lil Durk always be in the headlines, you know. But somebody asked me the other day, and I want to share this with you. Is Durk better than Keef? Has he passed Keef yet? I don't even think this is a question to answer that's hard. Yes, I think he passed Keef. I think he blew past Keef. I don't think that, you know, his legend gonna ever be bigger than Keef. I think Keef legend is big. He one of the first faces of this shit. We seen him first, you know. If it wasn't for Keef, it probably wouldn't be no Durk. Just think about it, you know. When they seen Keef, they seen all these other people now. You know, Keef kind of godfathered this shit, even though they say Pac-Man created it. King Louis might have came first, but Chief Keef godfathered this shit. It was kind of hard to miss Chief Keef, though. You know, nobody really is waiting on the Chief Keef album. It's hard to, you know, it's really hard to wait on the Chief Keef album because everybody sound like Chief Keef. You didn't get a chance to miss him. Everybody falling down in their videos, picking themselves up. You know, you didn't get a chance to miss Chief Keef. Everybody was standing bow-legged, shaking their dreads and shit. You didn't get a chance to miss Chief Keef because everybody came out that sounded like Chief Keef. So when Chief Keef came out, he just blended back in. But I think Durk took the right opportunities, the right features, made the right moves. He had good managers. You know, he messed up in label deals, but he got bigger. I think Keef is gonna be a legend. He's gonna make money off all kind of shit. I think Lil Durk is still gonna be making money off his music 20 years from now, from the music that he did early in his career. I think he made a lot of marketable records, a lot of songs that got placed on the radios and shit like that. But I think Durk passed him. I still think Chief Keef is the GOAT. He always gonna be the #1 drill artist, but I think Keef didn't pass him. I think it's kind of like the LeBron, Michael Jordan conversation. Even though I still think Michael Jordan the best, but I think it's the conversation, you know what I'm saying? The LeBron, Michael Jordan conversation. I think people gonna start having that conversation. Has Lil Durk passed Chief Keef? I think he has, in my opinion, but I still think he got a lot more work to become the #1 guy. I still think Keef background strong enough where it still keeps him #1, in my opinion. But if it wasn't for Keef, it wouldn't be for Durk. But a lot of people tell me this. Look, I want to share something with y'all. A lot of people tell me that's false. A lot of people tell me if it wasn't for Edai, then it wouldn't be no drill culture. They say Pac-Man created the culture, Chief Keef godfathered it, but Edai and FBGDuck started the drill culture. It's just that they noticed Keef first, though. You know, Edai and Duck started this shit, but the culture kind of picked up on Keef because he was young, good, woo, like flamboyant clothes, had a lot of young people with him, you know. But they told me that, like, one of Keef's first videos was like Hustle Hard, was a remix that he did with Edai. He jumped in Edai video. A lot of people told me, people weren't watching that video for Chief Keef. A lot of people didn't even know Keef was in that video because they wasn't watching that shit for Keef. They was watching that shit because of Edai. And I say, damn, a lot of people told me that. A lot of people told me Edai was supposed to be with OTF too, but he didn't like the contracts and shit like that. Edai never told me that. You know, I had a lot of conversations with Edai, but people close to Edai told me Edai was supposed to sign with OTF, but he didn't like how the contracts was, so he didn't take that. But a lot of people told me Edai is really the real godfather of rap shit. Edai and FBGDuck and Billionaire Black. They told me that shit. A lot of people told me Billionaire Black was really the creator of the diss rap shit. You know, them and Buck 50 Boys and Buck 20 Boys, I forgot the name of their crew, and shit like that. But just to share that with y'all, man. But I do think Durk is past Keef. Not to stay too long into that. I want to talk about something real, man, because it's a lot of reckless motherfuckers out here, man. I just seen somebody reckless as hell out here talking to their daughter, reckless as hell. I'm talking about the little girl couldn't be no better. I'm talking about couldn't be no older than maybe 14, 15. I understand that she might be fast as hell. She might be living the wrong life. But, you know, to disrespect that little girl like that in front of everybody outside, you know what I'm saying, calling her future thoughts and shit like that, I thought that was wild. Don't get me wrong. I do understand parenting is hard and these kids can get you wild as hell. You see a lot of crazy shit. I get it. But I think that was too much in front of everybody outside. You know, a lot of people don't understand this. And I want people to get this. Look, Mama, you can choose your husband. You know what I'm saying? Daddy, you can choose your wife. You know what I'm saying? You can choose your mistress. Y'all can choose y'all sexual partners. Y'all can choose y'all sneaky links, y'all side pieces, y'all baby daddies, y'all baby mamas. Y'all can choose that. The kids can't choose their parents. You understand that? So you got a responsibility to make sure that you pick a responsible parent for your kids. You know what I'm saying? You got a responsibility to make sure that you pick a loving parent for your kids, a loving father for your kids, a loving mother for your kids. Be smart with this shit, man. Stop getting shorty out there who got the blue hair, who shaking the Daisy Duke. She always dancing to Meg Thee Stallion music. She tell you she don't give a fuck about nothing. She got all these niggas and shit. That's the mother you want for your baby. And same shit for mama, you got to make sure you ain't getting dude, got 50 million tattoos all on his face. I ain't saying that because I got a tattoo on my face. So, but I'm just saying, he ain't got 50 million tats and shit all on his face, man. Actually, I might be wrong with that because I got tattoos. That's just art, so I might be wrong with that. But at the same token, you got to make sure he ain't got 100 million tattoos and shit all on him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got 50 million gun cases, 50 million drug cases. He ain't got 30 million babies and shit. You got to be careful of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the father you're going to get for your kids. I'm just being honest with you. You know, I'm not saying everybody bad, but, you know, it's people who got blue hair that's good parents. There's people who got a lot of tattoos that's good parents. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you got to look at what you look at and be honest with yourself now. You know what I'm saying? Shit all cool and all good and it's all fun and shit now, but what it's going to be like in the future. You got to be very smart with that, man. I tell people that shit. Keep that in your mind. King Lil J coming on. King Lil J coming home. That's all I got to say. I think King Lil J gonna get a chance to do this shit on the music side again. I think he gonna do it the right way. He's gonna interview again, bring a lot of momentum to his new music. A lot of shit people wanna talk to him about. I think he gonna stay out of trouble this time. I think Lil J gonna stay out of trouble this time. I think he's gonna be coming home soon, maybe in a couple of months. I had an opportunity to speak to him while he was locked up this time around. You know, he said like this was just like a bad situation that happened to him. He got a lot of good energy in there. He told me he ain't been in no fights. He told me ain't no motherfucker put no fingers on him. He ain't played none of them games. No motherfucker put no knuckles on him is what he told me. He good in there. He told me he's gonna come home, focus on the music. I'm not sure if he's gonna stay in Chicago. I told him I think he needs to stay the fuck out of Chicago, in my opinion. But he is gonna come home. I wanted to tell y'all that. I'm figured up out of here, man. We did a lot of dope interviews today. A lot of people asked me about my top 10 artists of all time. I did that a little while ago. I went to the board. You know, I tell people my mind changed all the time. So we're gonna go back to the board again. I got the board set up. As you can see, I got the board set right here. They asking me to give them my top 10 again. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go Durk at 1. I think Durk can overjump Keef in my opinion. At the moment right now. Now we're gonna go all around in a culture, then cool, we got Keef. But if we going for the top drill artists of all time in the year 2023, I gotta go Durk at 1. I'm gonna go Keef at 2. I'm gonna go Duck at 3. I'm gonna go Von at 4. I'm gonna go Herbo at 5. I'm gonna go JoJo at 6. I'm gonna go Lil J at 7. I got Reese at 8. I got King Louis at 9. Pac-Man at 10. So that's my list right there again. It changes every day. You know, my vibe be different every day, but as of right now, this is my list on my top 10 artists. I gotta go Durk, Keef, Duck, King Von, Herbo, JoJo, Lil J, Reese, Louis, Pac-Man.